friends. Welcome to the podcast. I am Melissa Matheson, and today is Wednesday. Our Wednesday episodes on the podcast are dedicated to a story found in the Bible in Genesis 24 when Isaac, a lonely young man, was meditating in the field when suddenly his father's servant comes over the hill with a herd of camels, and sitting on one of those camels was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen, named Rebekah. If you know the story, you'll know that Isaac and Rebekah got married that day. The camels had brought him a spouse. For years now, it has been a joke among our single friends and community to encourage one another to hang in there by simply saying, "The camels are coming." On today's episode, we're talking with Scott and Madison, one of my favorite young married couples. When you hear how Scott proposed to Madison, I hope you laugh as much as I did. We're talking about love, marriage, and their new business idea, so grab a cup of coffee and join us at the table as we talk about the camels coming on What's Next, God? Thank you for coming to my house.
Yes.
I've been wanting to get you guys to come for a while, and I love that you get to be here and to see my house and have coffee with me.
Yeah.
And
beautiful.
So, are you drinking coffee? Because you got a lid on your mug.
Drinking coffee all day.
How do you drink your coffee?
Usually black, but this week I've been
Really?
liking some cream in it. Yeah.
Do you do ground coffee? Do you do the whole bean and you grind it?
We usually grind our own, but
And are you pour over? Are you French press? Are you drip coffee?
Drip.
Yes, all.
Well, yeah.
All of it?
Usually drip.
What do you do at home?
All.
Drip.
Usually drip.
Usually drip coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you make like the 10 cup and drink it, or do you do an
yeah.
individual cup?
Oh, yeah.
So you're like
Yeah.
coffee
Coffee.
drinkers.
He
Oh,
gets
yeah.
up really early, so he'll make the coffee, drink it some in the morning, and then I'll drink some when I get up, and then we made 2 pots today though. It was a 2-pot day.
Are we on 2 pots? I think we're on 2 pots at our house. 3 pots. I think we're on 3 pots today at our house. It's been a long day. So 3 pots for us.
Yeah.
Scott, do you drink yours black or you put creamer in yours?
Black.
Really? Have you always been that way?
I don't know. Not at the beginning, but I knew it was healthier, so I've kind of weaned myself off. There's some mornings I wake up and I cannot stomach putting black coffee in my mouth. But so yeah, if I'm feeling weak, I'll put cream in it, but I don't usually put any sugar.
If I'm feeling weak.
Yeah.
If you were, okay, so Scott, if Madison were a coffee beverage at your favorite coffee shop,
Oh my goodness.
describe Madison as a coffee beverage.
A caramel latte
A caramel latte.
with whipped cream.
With whipped cream. Ooh.
I'll take
And
it.
whipped caramel drizzled on top. There you go.
And it's a hot coffee.
It's
a
hot,
hot
yeah.
latte,
A
not
hot
iced.
Caramel latte. Yeah.
That's
Take
a
it.
good answer.
I'll take it.
What about him, Madison? What kind of coffee is he? Strong.
Yeah. What kind of coffee you like?
I want to say
4 shots of espresso.
white frappuccino.
I'm so offended right now.
His biggest pet peeve is when we go through the drive-thru at a coffee place and you have to wait for forever for the car in front of you, and it's because they've ordered 5 frappuccinos, and he gets so mad. So that's why I have to say that.
That was awesome.
He'd probably really just be a regular, just black cup of coffee though, good, smooth, comforting, bold, strong. Just a plain black cup of coffee, but so many good layers in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. Like a really good roasted that you can taste all the flavors in it. Yes. Hey, good answer. So this is why you guys are the perfect people for me to talk to about this, because one, you like coffee.
Yes.
You really like
Yeah.
each other. So just to tell everybody a little bit about what we're doing. You guys are here because we're doing a Camels Are Coming episode. And do y'all remember, so you guys have been here in Hamilton for how many years? When did you come?
2011.
2011.
And that was 2012.
Yeah.
Were y'all here when that whole Camels Are Coming thing kind of happened in our community? Okay, so the Camels Are Coming was kind of like this big hashtag and theme for all the single people in our community.
Camels Cam.
Yes, we had Camels Cam. And it was all about looking for your spouse. And how old But you guys knew each other before all of that. So we are saying the camels are coming in context to you guys single and finding your spouse. But you guys had actually already known each other before that. So tell me a little bit about when y'all first met, how old you were.
I had just turned 17 the week before, which means he would have turned 17 like 2 months before.
Yep.
So we actually met on a trip to the ramp. I got connected with some girls in a new school that I'd switched to, and they knew Scott, and they invited me on a ramp trip, and so we met in a church parking lot getting on a van.
So the ramp is a youth ministry in Hamilton, Alabama. If you don't know, the founder is Karen Wheaton, and we do conferences every month in Hamilton. And so you guys were living where? Georgia somewhere, right?
Yes.
What part of Georgia?
Cumming, Georgia.
Cumming, Georgia.
Both of us are from there.
Both of you were from there. So did y'all know each other in high school or just through this one trip?
No, he was homeschooled most of the time. And
I didn't know that. You were homeschooled.
Yeah. Well, actually, it was kind of like it was homeschooled, but it was one of those like co-op things where you go in once a week and they give you all your work to do at home. So.
And you have a big family too, don't you? Are you
one of 9
You're
kids?
One of 9. I'm one of 10.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Man.
Did you not know that? I'm one of 9. Okay, so where do you fall in the 10, in the 9?
Right in the middle. Well, I guess not right in the middle. Number 6.
You're number 6
Yeah.
of 9. You're kind of down there with the baby.
Yeah. I'm getting towards there.
Kind of spoiled, coddled, or maybe just forgotten because there's been so many. So you always felt forgotten and
I
left
probably
out.
felt forgotten.
Not
I wasn't
enough.
forgotten, but I felt forgotten.
So number 6. Madison, what about you? What's your family like?
There's 4 of us. I'm the oldest. My brother's 3 years younger than me. And then there's 2 more, but there's like a huge gap in between. So I'm 27 right now, and the youngest just turned 13.
Okay, there is a little bit of gap.
Yep.
So they were little when you went away to school.
I started college the same year the youngest started kindergarten.
Oh,
so
see, I was that way. I
graduated.
I graduated high school, and my mom had my littlest sister. So we have that kind of age gap in our family as well. Same with your family?
My oldest sister was graduating when my youngest brother was born.
Interesting. I tell you what, our mamas are amazing.
Yeah. How many years of pregnancy is that?
That's a lot. A lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. So your oldest, Scott, your oldest sibling.
Oh gosh.
Is
I don't know.
We're not. You just don't. There's.
I've stopped keeping track.
But there's about 18 years difference then between your oldest sibling and your youngest.
Yep.
I gotcha. So you guys go to this youth retreat and see each other. Did you like each other right away?
Absolutely not. He thought I was obnoxious.
I mean, I didn't hate you. You make it sound like I hated you.
You told me you thought I was obnoxious.
Well, being obnoxious and hating you are different.
I didn't say you hated me.
But you were both 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We
there
were
was
young
there
little
really
babies.
wasn't any interest there.
No, he was like, I was a newly saved, like just a few days prior.
Oh, wow.
So I was still I was a train wreck, trying to kind of figure out life. And he had been, this was his second conference coming to, and he was like,
Yeah, as a veteran.
steadfast. He was like, I'm up at 5 a.m. praying every day. I'm not even going to look at any girls around me. Like,
He was consecrated.
he was consecrated to the
Zealous.
max. Yes. So no, we were not.
Did
Zealous
not
without knowledge.
cast a look your way at all.
No, not at all.
Well, I got a camel quiz to help us get to know you just a little bit.
All right.
I'm going to ask Scott first, though.
Okay.
Dun, dun.
Dun dun. All right. Scott, what is something that Madison always says? Does she have like a catchphrase?
For some reason, this is the only thing that comes in my head is she says, whenever she's ordering food, she's always like, the way she says, I'm ordering for pickup. The word pickup just always is just weird to me. I don't know. I've never heard that until her. I think it was always ordering, hey, I want takeout, but for some reason, that's the only thing that can pop up in my mind right now.
All right.
I'm
What's something that makes her happy?
Dolphins and the ocean and Disney and
Yeah, because she's drinking out of a Disney coffee mug right now.
Yeah.
We just got back.
All right. Do you know how tall she is?
5'10".
Is that right?
You're tall?
She's not, folks.
No,
She's
like
not.
5'7", 5'8".
Oh. Okay. Well, what is one of her favorite things to do?
Her favorite things to do would be she loves traveling. She
saying yes to that.
She loves traveling.
Traveling is good. Ding, ding, ding. If Madison becomes famous, Scott, what will it be for?
Probably a blog or something.
I think so. I could see that.
Yeah, that's probably what it would be.
I could see that. What is Madison's favorite food?
Favorite food?
I don't even know.
Oh, gosh.
Or what about maybe even like favorite style, whether it's Mexican, Italian?
Well, she's kind of picky, so
Okay.
She's gotten better, but she's very picky. Well,
So she had a favorite.
anyway, if she had a favorite, it would be breakfast food.
Yeah. Is that
I mean, she ate eggs for lunch, so.
Oh, there you go. So we love breakfast at our house too. We do massive brunches on Saturday or Sunday.
I love
so now that we don't do church on Sunday mornings, we do it at night. We've been doing big Sunday brunches,
I love
like
That's awesome.
like filling up the whole counter with all the breakfast foods. We
Yeah.
love that.
That was a good choice. I like breakfast.
You like breakfast too?
Yeah.
We're actually gonna do a brunch at our house soon, so I will make sure you're on the invite list.
Great. We'll bring stuff.
What is Madison's favorite restaurant? Now, this does not have to be a restaurant in Hamilton because our options here are limited. But what is her favorite restaurant? Is this a hard one?
I don't even know the answer to this.
Do y'all not eat out much?
I mean, I would either say
A place that serves
sentimental
breakfast?
value. I guess like Rick Tony's maybe, but I can't really say that because we never go there.
I don't even
But-
like rigatoni's.
I don't know, man.
Okay, so we're going to take a pass on that one.
Yeah,
Do we
let's
need to
go.
phone a friend?
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. Are you a donut person?
I like donuts. My mind,
I don't
when
know.
I thought restaurant, went to like ice cream shop or something. So
Okay, so
we'll
where
take
would that
Krispy
be?
Kreme. I don't even have a favorite.
You don't even have a favorite?
I just love ice cream.
Mine
You
jumped
love
to
ice cream?
Cheeseburger Bobby's for some reason.
I never even eat at Cheeseburger Bobby's.
Hamburger Joe's. Which one is it? The one out in.
Are these real places or are you making them
Yeah, I'm just
up?
throwing stuff up there.
What kind of ice cream do you do? Like Bluebell? I'll tell you our favorite. You tell me yours and I'll tell you our favorite right
I
now.
don't know. I think the kind depends on the brand. When I was pregnant, I craved Great Values cotton candy ice cream all the time.
Oh, my.
Nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It sounds really gross, but it was so good.
It's got Pop Rocks in it.
I love coconut ice
Really?
cream too.
Interesting.
None of it.
We're our kick has been that Bluebell pecan. What is it? Pecan pralines and cream
Yeah.
is like, and like that's the perfect fall and winter ice cream for us.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
love
tried
that
it.
one. We'll have to
We'll
let
have to
you
get it.
try some of that. Okay, Scott. What do you do that annoys her?
Oh, where do I start?
Just pick one. What do you think you do that you know annoys her? You don't mean to do it. You're not doing it intentionally, but you know when you do it, it annoys her.
I sing.
You sing.
Sing all the time. Sing all the time. Or whistle all the time.
Oh, whistling is kind of one of my things.
So she,
yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I would like to insert that I'm not a jerk. I like his singing. I like his voice, but it is nonstop at the top of his lungs. So if I ever need to talk to him, I can't get his attention
Because he's singing.
so loud.
Does he like sing like real songs or does he like sing makeup songs like Madison, what do you want for dinner?
Both, but usually real songs. But he doesn't. He's terrible with lyrics. He's a great singer, but he's so bad with lyrics. So
That's true. I can't think of
kind
any
of a mixture of
examples.
both. They're real songs, but he's making them up as he goes.
Yeah. I can't think of any examples of how bad.
That's hilarious. Okay, so I got just a couple more. What is her favorite movie? Do you know? Oh, are you not a movie person?
I'd say.
I like movies, but I don't think I have a
I mean,
favorite.
she likes Peter Pan. I don't know if that's her favorite movie. She likes The Notebook.
She's
I watched
making
The
a
Notebook
face.
like once.
You like that writer,
Yeah, I
but I
did
guess that's
enjoy
not
it.
a movie.
Yeah.
But we know you like Disney, and so you
Yeah.
probably. What's your favorite Disney movie, Madison? Do you have a favorite?
Nope.
What
I
is-
don't really have.
Okay,
I
so-
feel like I don't have favorite. Like hearing all these questions, I'm like, man, I really don't have like favorite things. Like I just kind of
Which is great. Like
diversity.
you like diversity. You are eclectic.
Makes buying
Who
presents
is anybody can answer? Who is the neat freak? Is one of you neat and one of you messy? Or are you both neat?
I think
You're both messy.
We kind of
we both
mesh.
trade-offs.
Yeah.
So I've got my messy areas, but I'm very particular about some other things.
I'm that way. I get
So
that.
I'm not just straight messy.
Yeah.
Who's the most social?
Me.
Madison.
You think? There's some days you're hermit-like.
I think that's because she's tired, because she's a mom with 2 toddlers.
Yeah. If we were to be like, okay, let's go hang out with friends.
I like friends.
If it was
I don't
after
like-
church, who's staying and talking the longest to people?
Whichever one doesn't have the kids.
I could see that. I could see
Whoever has
that.
the kids is like, let's go.
Who wakes up earlier?
Scott.
Me.
By
That is
far.
definite.
Is that because you have to with your job, or is that you just
No.
like mornings?
I just like
Really?
a morning person, yeah.
Mm.
I love mornings.
Who does the laundry at your house?
Yes.
Both?
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
Who asked who out first?
Me.
You asked her out?
Yeah.
So tell me about that. So 17, you come to the same youth trip. You
Yeah.
first see each other. You go back home to Georgia. What happened after that?
So we finished high school. I did a couple years of college. Anyway, when she graduated, she came to the Ramp School of Ministry, 2011. I followed, 2012.
Not to follow
Not to
me.
follow her.
Just to come to the school.
I was like, great, I've got friends out there. Anyway, so we were very brother and sister. It was like that for both years I was in school.
So y'all didn't have a thing for each other back home. It wasn't until you guys both came to Hamilton to ministry school.
Yeah. And went
And
through
hung
a
out.
whole year.
Went through a whole
my
year.
second year was his first year.
Oh, yeah.
And we were not interested in each other on any level at all. And so then when I graduated, I actually
She was
didn't do so-
consecrated.
Yeah, I was consecrated. I actually was talking to him one night. It was really funny after church when I was a second year and he was a first year. And it was they were doing a marriage series at church. And I was like, tell me, like, what's your type of girl? Like, what do you want in
this
a
is
girl?
funny.
And he listed all the stuff off, and in my head, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like all those things. That's so funny. You should go for this girl and this girl, like, because it was just so not on my radar. We were just so close, like you said, brother and sister. And so, I graduated and did an internship in Florida, and he last minute there's a church group back home that was doing a retreat in the same town in Florida. And the night before, they called Scott and they're like, "Hey, will you go with us? Like, we'll pay for your whole trip. Do you just want to come hang out with these kids?" And so while he was there, we hung out and fell in love in a weekend.
Yeah.
Oh my.
She
I
made me
did
a
not.
cake for my birthday.
I
Because
did.
I had my birthday down there, and she made me a cake.
Yeah, I was like, this
Way to a
poor
man's
guy.
heart.
Yeah,
So it just
dude,
clicked.
cake.
Just one weekend.
Yeah. The
It
most
just
random
clicked.
thing.
Yeah, it's random.
Yeah.
So when he had that list he was saying, and you thought, that, oh, that's like me, you weren't putting other girls on him because you
did. I told him like a list of like,
you weren't interested
Her
in
mind
him.
wasn't. Her mind wasn't there. Like
You weren't even thinking, this is me, I better deflect. You know.
I didn't even say, oh, like that's like me or anything. I just thought in my head like, I'm like every single quality he just listed. But it wasn't like I would have never,
Put yourself in that.
no. Just
Now, when
not
you
interested.
listed those qualities, Scott, were you like trying to hint to her, or did you not realize
No.
didn't click with you
I
yet?
wasn't trying to make a play or a move or anything. That would have been smart. But
I was gonna say, I thought that's where you were going with it, and she wasn't taking the bait, and it didn't work out that way. Oh,
No.
So you're in Florida at this retreat. It clicked. You made him a birthday cake.
Yep.
yeah.
I
And
was
then-
just there working, and he was there. He actually got kind of frustrated because the pastor who brought the retreat to the beach, like brought the group of kids, was like, "Hey Scott, can you walk Madison down to her car?" Because I was leaving. They were staying in a condo. He's like, "Can you walk her down?" He's like, because he didn't want to walk me. Like he didn't.
Yeah,
want to have to walk.
I did not want to walk you. It was more like, oh, I've got to go do something. You know, it wasn't like
Yeah. So anyway,
making it sound awful.
you're not awful. I get it, but yeah.
So, what do you consider your first date? Like, do you know when your first date was? Like, was there a first date? Like, you asked her out. And what did you say? Or was it that weekend you said, hey, be my girlfriend?
We just started talking.
Yeah.
Actually held our hand. That was probably, I don't know, we didn't even go on a first date before we were holding hands or whatever.
We just it was kind of like an organic, natural, like it wasn't like a, hey, let's go, like, will you go on a date with me? It was like, after that trip, we started talking on the phone some and texting and...
A lot.
But you guys had a big history together already
so it was like
built up.
Yeah. It was harder for her than me. She had some things to get by. I had to get out I had to get out of the friend zone.
Hey, that's a real thing though too, because
Yeah.
when you've been in that for so long and you try to make that switch, I can see how you have to change the way you think about stuff sometimes.
So this last July, we had known each other for 10 years. And then August, we've been married for 5 years. So known each other for 10, married for 5.
Yeah.
So we
married
have
for 5
good
years.
history.
You have 2 kids. Tell me about them.
Emersyn and Griffin. Emerson's 3, Griffin's 1.
I can't believe he's already 1.
I know.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
He's cute.
He owns me. He's so cute and sweet and awesome. And Emerson is like the funniest little fireball teenager.
Uh-huh.
And she's 3.
She's 3.
Just wait.
Yeah. She's got a bigger vocabulary than probably what's good for her.
She's so kind.
She is so sweet. I saw that picture you posted on Instagram the other day of her she climbed into his crib and was reading him a book during nap time.
The picture was sweet. Leading up to the picture was not. He was already asleep.
Yeah.
She was not.
She
She was
woke him
supposed
up.
to be going to sleep. She woke him up at the dance party, and then they wrestled, and then they sat down and read a book. So.
Oh, but the picture was really sweet. Her reading a book to her little brother.
Yeah.
So you stay at home and take care of the kids in the house. Scott, what do you do?
I write for the newspaper.
You write for our local newspaper.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that now?
Working on 3 years.
3 years. Do you love that?
I love it. Yeah.
You love that?
I do.
And he is not talking about it, but he just got promoted last week.
Woohoo!
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so there's some transition with the leadership over there, so they have moved me up to managing editor. So we do have a general manager, so me and him are going to be running the paper. So
That's exciting.
Yeah, really cool.
Do you have lots of ideas for it?
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of my ideas I've already put into place. So maybe this new guy, they brought in a new guy to be general manager, so maybe bringing him in gives like a freshness to it as well. So, yeah.
Because the paper comes out once a week.
Once a week.
Here in Hamilton. Do we have a digital newspaper? I follow some stuff on Facebook.
There's some media groups around town. They'll have a Facebook page and that's all they'll have, or a website. We do have a website. It's but we only put like 2 paragraphs of a story on. And we do have an e-edition, but that only comes out the same time all the papers come out. So
gotcha. Yeah. So for everyone listening, we live in a very small town, Hamilton, Alabama, in Northwest Alabama. With I think we have 6,000 people in Hamilton right now. So the newspaper is a big deal here.
Oh, yeah.
It's how we find out things.
Yeah, especially a lot of the community's elderly.
Oh, yeah.
So
they don't get to get out. Oh, that's a good point. No social media. Our internet has been a thorn in our flesh up until very recently. Now we have fiber, and now I feel like we know what's going on in the world. Before, I always felt like we were the last to know about anything.
In our little bubble over here.
In our little bubble in Northwest Alabama. Yeah. So you've been married 5 years. Tell me, how long did you date? So from that weekend in Florida.
Yeah.
So that was at the very
9
end of
months.
July. So I guess we kind of dated, got engaged, and married within a year.
How did you propose?
Yeah. Well, I had this whole plan. We went up to Clayton, Georgia, which is a mountain area, northeast Georgia mountains. So anyway, had this whole plan. Had my brother set up this whole thing, and we're gonna look over a lake. And he was gonna light up these string lights that said "Marry me" on the other side of the lake. So that was the plan. But after having an awful day,
so bad.
I took her camping. It was a mistake. She hates it. So It was a nightmare.
I'm with you, Madison.
So anyway, after an awful day, I think we were at dinner, and dinner was not going good. And then I think she thought she lost something her grandma's
Oh,
ring.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I looked down and didn't have my ring on, and I thought I'd lost it in.
So on top of everything, she was just devastated. So anyway, instead of having my plan, I proposed on the side of the street. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it was so perfect.
I
was like in tears because it had stressed me out that day. I was upset about losing the ring, all this stuff. And I think he did a really good job like reading me and knowing it needed to happen then before I kind of went over the edge.
Yeah.
And so he's about to sit on the bench next to me on the side of the street and like comfort me. And this couple's walking by and he's like, hey, will you take our picture? And I'm like, what? Will they what? I'm crying. And then he got down and proposed, and it was
and they
amazing.
took the picture.
They took the picture.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
That's so smart.
It was great. And it was really funny because we didn't tell his brother that we...
So he's still sitting at the lake.
So we went and pretended to it, yeah.
And we pretended the whole thing. We went through the whole thing.
Was this your brother Andrew?
Yeah.
So I pretended to say yes all over again. I had to give him the ring back beforehand.
You're kidding.
I didn't tell you about the lights, though. You just knew something was going to happen. So the lights were a surprise, but we were engaged. So.
Yeah, it was so funny. But I think the best part of our engagement for me was that I was surprised. Because he had told me, we had been talking about wanting to get married, but he had called me the week before. One night we'd been hanging out and he went back to his house and he called and I was still with a group of people. So he texted me and said, hey, can you talk? So it's like, he knows I'm with people, it must be something serious. So I go in the other room and call him and he's just like so down on the phone. He's like almost in tears. He's like, I'm just so upset. I really want to be engaged. I really want to get married. I don't have money for a ring. I don't know, when I'm going to have money for a ring. I don't know what we're going to do. Meanwhile, he had the ring the whole time.
Yeah, had to throw her off.
Because I'm very intuitive about things like that. It's hard to surprise me. So he did a really good job. And I think that was what made it so fun and special.
You really were surprised.
Shocked.
Yeah.
So when did y'all tell Andrew that y'all had to reenact?
It was right after.
Right after.
Right after he went.
You didn't wait a year and go, hey, by the way, bro. That's a great story. You got engaged and then you got married a couple months later then.
39 days later.
Whoa.
Yeah.
49.
Oh, I thought it was 39. Were you
You
sure?
put a wedding together in 49 days.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Once you know that's the one. I am okay with short engagements. So
And we had just so many
Keeps it
outside
healthy.
factors.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of other things. Both of us were having to go through some housing transitions right at the same time. So it's why are we wanting to go sign a lease somewhere
For a year.
right.
So it just worked out to do that.
Yeah. Wanted a summer wedding.
Yeah.
My family.
Yeah, we would have had to wait
so-
a year to do a summer wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Scott, what is your anniversary? Do you know?
Yes, August 25th.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Emerson's birthday is August 30th. So all these August dates just kind of get thrown
Run
together.
And he has 8 family members with birthdays in August.
Oh, yeah.
And just our immediate family, we have within a month and a half window, all of our birthdays and our anniversaries.
Yeah.
So
Because my birthday is
to
July
keep up with.
31st. I mean, then everything, then hers is September 15th. So
Everything's just
it's
right in the middle.
birthday season.
In 6 weeks right there.
And both of our kids, August 30th, September 7th. So
Oh,
you.
wow. Look at you with those
Look- yeah,
days.
look at
He's
that.
got them.
after having to
You
fill
didn't
out,
even know I was going to ask that
I didn't
question.
know. I didn't prepare.
Yeah.
And all these government forms I have to fill out over and over again, kind of prepare
Kind
me,
of
I guess.
help
Yeah.
get you ready. So you got married. You guys, apartment living. What did you do right after you got married?
Yep.
Yeah.
We lived in
One bedroom,
one bathroom, yellow kitchen,
$320 a month.
It was great. It was owned by the sweetest little couple, and I don't know, it was awesome.
Oh, it was awesome.
Not great for having guests stay with us, but it was it was all we needed.
How long did you live there?
Year and a half?
Until right before Emerson was born. So we've been married 5 years. She's 3. So yeah, year and a half.
Year and a half, 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we moved
to where we live now.
A quarter of a mile down the road.
Yeah. From one side of Lover's Lane to the other side of Lover's Lane.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's a short little
folks,
road.
they live near Lover's Lane.
Yeah.
That is a real road here in
It's
Hamilton.
great.
I
Yeah.
always thought I would live on Lover's Lane when
It's
I
a
was
cute
single.
road.
I do live on Lover's Lane. Like, it's not an actual lane, but like we live in it prophetically.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, in the spirit. We live in it. But I always thought that was so cool. That and Lovejoy Road. I was like, oh, I want to live on
cool.
Lovejoy Road too.
Yeah.
I want to
Steel
live on Lover's
Street's
Lane.
cool name too.
Steel Street's cool. We like it because it's steel with an E.
Yeah.
It's kind of got like a little bit of character to
Yeah.
it to say that. So.
Yeah, it sounds like a Magnolia kind of name.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
True.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about married life. Was it bliss for you? Was there some things you just kind of had to work through in the beginning?
It's been.
Because you're
First 5
still
years have been
technically
great.
newlyweds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first 5 years has been awesome.
Yeah, I feel like when we got married, there wasn't like a ton that we had to work through together. Like between the two of
No.
us meshing, I feel like it kind of pulled out some stuff in me that I didn't realize that I was dealing with. So I had to kind of deal with, some personal things that I didn't know I needed to until after we got married. So
Yeah.
as far as us meshing, I don't feel like we had a hard time
Yeah.
combining. But I feel like with me, I had to kind of, deal with some identity issues and things like that.
Sure.
We do have a very compatible personalities.
I was just
Yeah.
about to ask that. Are y'all familiar with the Enneagram at all?
Yes.
Well, it's
7 and
a-
9.
You're a 7,
7,
Madison, and you're a 9.
Yep.
What's your wing, Madison?
8.
You're a wing 8. I can so see that. And you are a wing, I'm going to say a wing 1.
Yep.
I'm not the 8.
So this kind of goes along with the coffee from the beginning. The coffee.
Yes, you're the caramel. Yes, the latte. I
Yeah.
can so see it.
Yeah.
So, what I love about the Enneagram and knowing those types of things about yourself, it teaches you and about others how you can like live together, communicate well, and understand each other. And so I think for young people your age, that can be a difficult thing if you're not if you're not walking with the Lord to know who you are in
Oh, yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
You guys had great families,
Oh, yeah.
in ministry school, but yet you still, Madison said there were things that you had to work through yourself. And I think the biggest part of that is being willing to go, hey, I don't have it all together, but I'm going to work on it. And so covenant has a way of just bringing things out in you that you did not know was there when you put yourself in relationship with people in marriage and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So advice to some single people or some do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Scott, talk to the young men for just a minute who are not married. Let's just say they're not married, but they have a girl they maybe think they like. What would you tell them?
Ask her out.
Ask her out.
Ask her out. Stop being a wuss. And ask her out.
And ask her out.
I think there's so many times where, especially in Christian culture, we upplay dating
Yeah.
and we overcommit so fast because
Yeah.
we automatically jump in. We overcommit so
So
what I'm saying?
quickly, yes, we do.
And so that almost brings a fear to even wanting to get to the point of dating. And so all these guys will piddle paddle around and talking or texting, and they are afraid of that commitment. And really, in a relationship, or this is how it should be. You should be just dating. You should just be finding out who she is, and that's all that dating should be. You're not committing anything to her. At the dating level, it should just be, I want to know more about you.
Yes.
I'm not giving you my time, my money, all this other stuff that we kind of throw on dating in our culture. That's not how it should be. And I think it makes guys afraid of wanting to go.
Do you think the guys are afraid of commitment, or do you think they're afraid of rejection, or a little bit of each?
It's probably mixed in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the confident guys who aren't afraid of rejection, but are afraid of commitment, and then you've got the unconfident guys who are afraid of rejection. But anyway.
Yeah. So let's just say they ask her out, like you said, and she says no.
Yeah.
Then what do they do?
Well, that's Casey Doss shared this in RSM, and it was a great little tool. You just say, if that's who you really want to go, if that's really who you want, if that's really who you want, you just say, all right, well, I'll wait for you. I don't know. And it's like, I don't know.
Maybe say that in your head and don't say that to her, because that might be a little creepy.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know.
You're like, okay.
What did he say? I think of it.
No, but I know exactly what you're saying. If that's the one and you feel like this is the kind of person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, then I don't need to be looking around for anything else. I'm not looking for a yes. I'm looking for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like you said, it can't get weird.
It could.
Don't be weird.
Don't be weird.
Don't be weird.
That's good too. Don't be weird.
Don't be weird.
Don't beat around the bush.
Oh, yeah.
Ask her out. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Yep.
And then.
And have fun.
And have fun.
Like I think that's what some guys get weird with, is that they go in so rigid or whatever, and they, especially Christian guys or whatever, and it's just no, be fun. Or those guys that don't have the confidence, they feel like they got to be all, proper or whatever. And it's like, yeah, proper is great. Being a gentleman's great, but don't forget that fun, because that fun's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Madison, single girls, give your advice.
Have fun, which I feel like
You stole that from somebody.
Listen to me.
Y'all think alike.
Well, here's what I mean. I love being married, and I don't regret being married. I don't want that to come out this way at all. But I don't feel like I took full advantage of my single years, which is so easy to say on this side of things. I know, because married people told me all the time, like, take advantage of your single years, do what you want to do, kind of stuff. But I love love so much. I just love love. I love romance. I wanted to be married. I wanted to have babies.
Yes.
And so I feel like I just kind of not wasted, but I didn't take full advantage of that season of being single. That's the only time in your life you're going to have that. You're not going to, go back to that. And so, travel. I feel like there's a lot of times that girls feel like, oh, I have to be married before I do this. Or, I have to have a guy before I can do this. Like, just do your thing. If you want to travel. Hang out with your girlfriends. Go on trips with your girlfriends. Like, just have fun. Do your thing.
I love it. So you guys also have a business, too, that you do.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It is called Madison Rose Creations for now. Might change the name soon. I've been thinking about changing it. That's what it's called for now. So we make handmade and hand-painted wooden signs. So we have like certain ones that we make, or we also make custom ones. We're about to roll out some new products.
And I have some of her signs in my house that I love. Yeah. So new products, is it a secret?
I haven't announced it yet, but we are going to do custom doormats. So fun! People's last names on it, or funny little sayings. I found some really funny ones online that I want to play off of. So yeah.
And when is that going to roll out?
Maybe tomorrow if I feel like it.
Ooh, so real soon.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
We already made one for us. I like to try out making products and seeing how durable they are before I sell them. And
this is perfect for the holidays coming up. Exactly. These are going to be great gifts. Yes. Ooh, people that love seasonal stuff like fall and then Christmas and all of that will be able to get custom mats.
Yes.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So just kind of branching out. I love making the signs though. It actually started one year I got Scott a drill for Christmas because we had no tools. So that was like a Christmas gift, and we're like, oh, we have a drill. Let's build a huge farmhouse table.
Which I love. Your farmhouse table is beautiful.
The first thing that we ever made, ever.
That's impressive.
Go big.
Go big.
So. It was awful, but we did it.
But we did it, and then we sold it. Yeah, somebody bought it.
And I think we came out even, so.
Hey, but you learned something.
Yeah, but from that, I was like, oh, I want a sign to put above it. And made a sign, and people saw pictures and
wanted it.
Yeah, so we made a little business.
And so you're on Instagram?
On Instagram and Facebook.
As
Madison Rose Creations.
Okay.
And then we also have an Etsy page, but you can get the link to that off of either of those social media.
Okay, and we'll put that in the show comments too, so people know how to find you guys, so that you guys can get connected to Madison and Scott and get all of your Christmas shopping done at one time.
That'd be great.
So that would have actually answered my next question. So the podcast, it's What's Next, God. So that would be something that y'all have coming out. Anything else exciting? A vacation coming up? A new baby announcement? Anything?
Not a baby right
anything
now.
Next? What? Well, if you don't have anything, that's okay too.
We just got back from Disney. I feel like we spent months prepping for that. So now we got to figure out. We don't know what is next.
So what's next is rest.
We got to plan the next trip. Yeah.
Plan the next trip. Where do you think the next trip will be? What do you like to do?
If it's up to Emerson, it's Disney.
Disney again. Yeah.
Every day I'm like, what do you want to do today? Go back to Disney.
Oh,
She loved it.
Yeah.
I bet.
I don't know. I'd love to go anywhere.
Are y'all like beach people,
Love the
mountain
beach.
people? Beach?
I love the beach. He loves the mountains.
Yeah, but I'm good anywhere.
You're good anywhere as long as you got your family. So.
Oh. Well, listen, the beach
Gets
is
stressed out at the beach.
The beach is really stressful with kids.
It is a lot different with little kids.
I mean, you're
It
talking
is.
like
A 1-year-old.
my
eating
1-year-old is
handfuls of
eating a
sand.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the 3-year-old's running off into the ocean because she
Yeah.
can't stay out of the water longer than like
And you're
2
just like,
seconds.
And then sunburn and hats and umbrellas and the
And
coolers
sunscreen
and
on kids.
sunscreen
Ugh.
and all the sand
And jellyfish.
everywhere.
Yeah.
All the places. Jellyfish. Yeah. Seaweed.
Yeah.
I get it.
So it is a lot. But
Yeah.
But just find you a good resort that has a swimming pool.
There you
And so
go.
you go to the beach.
That's what we need.
Look out the balcony at the beach and swim in the pool. So I'm so
sounds great.
glad you guys came. Thanks for talking with us.
Yes,
I
thanks
appreciate
for
it a whole lot.
having
This was a
us.
lot of fun.
It was
Yeah.
fun. And I love your house.
Thank you. Guys, wasn't that fun? Aren't Scott and Madison just the best? I love them so much, and I loved hearing all their stories about how they met and married. Don't forget to check out their Etsy store for Madison Rose Creations and look them up on Instagram and Facebook. Trust me, their hand-lettered signs are going to be the best gifts for Christmas, weddings, baby gifts, and more. Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of The Camels Are Coming, and we hope to see you back at the table with us again soon. Don't forget to bring your coffee and join us on Mondays and Wednesdays as we sit around the table and talk about what's next, God.